Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, I have a diamond in the rough. I'd like you guys to meet. This here's Anthony Cheesebourough, edge rusher out of Indiana Wesleyan. Nice to have you today, buddy.
Nice to meet you. Excited
Uh,
to have a good talk with you.
yeah, nice having you here. Um, Big guy, man, need to keep you in the frame there. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
back up
I
a
know
little
it's kind
bit.
of awkward, but actually, our big guy at the NAIA level, very dominant, and perhaps the top prospect out of NAIA this particular season. So, really want to get a chance to know you. So, go ahead and introduce yourself so we can get going.
Yeah, my name is Anthony Cheesebourough. I play defensive end, outside linebacker for Indiana Wesleyan. This past 4 years, we've won conference every year. Had a few great playoff runs. This year, going into my final season, being able to play in the NAIA, I've changed numbers. I'm now number one, and I'm trying to step up my leadership ability and just figure out the best way to bring my team with me. And yeah, I'm just enjoying the journey, working hard.
Gotcha. Well, let's talk through some of the early stages of you as a football player and then eventually get to Indiana Wesleyan. So, starting from the beginning, how long have you actually played the sport?
Yeah, so I started in seventh grade. I started out as really a corner and a receiver in middle school. I will say though, I've been a late bloomer. It really took until getting through seventh and eighth grade, not really playing much, just being a normal kid. And some guys develop faster than others, so there were those kids that were like, stood out at that time. Going into freshman year, I played on the freshman team at Carmel High School in Indiana, north of Indianapolis,
Hmm.
the biggest high school in Indiana. My class was like 1,100 people. So I had some guys that I had to wait behind. Guys like Ty Wise. He's currently, I think, in training camp for the Browns. But during the time when we were in high school, he was one grade above me. And, it kind of delayed my growth, but it also gave me a chance to like see how he works and like model myself after someone who's doing the right things. So going through, I got reps sparsely up until my senior year. And then going into my senior year is when I really hit my growth spurt. I went from like 6'2" to 6'4.5" and gained like probably 10, 15 pounds. And I think I switched from, playing skill positions to in the box around junior year. And so I was playing linebacker at Carmel, and I had a really good season. But since I didn't have much exposure up until then, and it was during COVID time, my options for playing football at the next level were limited. But I did get the opportunity to play here and walk on a few other places. But I chose here because of the opportunity to play early and the facilities that they had here, and also I'm a big proponent of Indiana Wesleyan being a great place for just building the character of men. When I first got here, the school football program had just started probably 3 years earlier. It's a really young program, and the coaching staff that we had when I first got here was all a bunch of young guys, but they had a bunch of athletes that you would never expect to be at a school like this, and it really made you wonder, like, what is it about this place, So
Yeah, for people that really aren't aware of Indiana Wesleyan, really one of the premier schools at the
yeah,
NAIA level, if we're being honest.
definitely.
Practically always in like I think these past few seasons they're like top five. I think
Hmm.
six or something like is like the lowest you guys were these past few years.
Yeah.
So I mean you are looking at one of the best teams, just kind of overall from top to bottom. Defense wise, also a very dominant team as well. So
Hmm.
I definitely found yourself at a good program.
Right.
Do want to recap at least some earlier things before we get
Even
moving.
before that.
Again, as you had mentioned, You had attended Carmel High School in
Hmm.
Indiana, very
Yeah.
big school, very big program. Also did some wrestling, some track and field.
Yeah.
Um, any other memories from your early days as a high school player before we move on?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can vividly remember high school and just really figuring out my body, because I was a lanky kid and just not really having much support as far as like my parents never put me in pee wee football or I didn't really play sports as a kid, so a lot of just watching people and learning from watching was my main thing. What's something else from high school? I also have four younger sisters, so I've kind of been a leader ever since I was probably 4 years old, just having to take care of them. So I think now in life, as I look back, a lot of the skills and patience that I have for my teammates comes from, you know, having to raise my sisters.
Sure, sure. Let's walk through this a little bit more. Again, you get to Indiana Wesleyan.
Hmm.
Let's talk about this team and this defense. As I
Hmm.
mentioned, very good defense. Actually, if I'm being frank, was really captained by a wonderful middle linebacker
Hmm.
last season. And so, as he moves away, putting you in a position maybe to take a little bit more stance in leadership and
Hmm.
sorts. So, but talk a little bit about that defense there that remains now at
Yeah.
Indiana.
Yeah, definitely. So, my class that I came in with, huge, and a lot of us stuck together through these last year. So, our senior class last year, we had about 30 plus seniors, 33 seniors, I think. And of those seniors, the starters, pretty much our entire defense was made up of senior starters. So, we had a very widespread net of leadership, and everyone had their bunches of guys, and some leaders oversaw others, and people like Luke Bays and Clayton Mosier were really our main guys that we leaned on for when we needed to hear something. um, Last year we had the kind of defense where it was just like we're all tight, like we've been through every coaching staff, because our coaching staff changed after our freshman year. Since then, we've gone through a different coordinator almost every year. And the only thing that really remained was us as brothers and us learning to lead the team and learning from our past leaders' mistakes, because they didn't really have any leaders to begin with. So we all really banded together last year, and I think we fell short in the playoffs of our expectations. We really had national championship aspirations, but I think the impact that we had on this program as a whole is insurmountable. And going into this year, I'm kind of like the lone wolf, me and along with another teammate from my class, but. Um, I'm just trying to, piece together everything that I've learned and step more fully into the role of bringing other people with me, because last year I could kind of go by knowing that as long as I take care of my D line, the rest of the team will be taken care of. I kind of have to widen my scope and touch more people and make sure my voice is more known on a daily basis, just to be that, constant example of how the program should be.
Gotcha. Anthony, again, you and I are talking from the platform of a guy who hopefully wants to get to the league soon. So,
Mhm.
as we're looking at you as a player, of course, you're an edge rusher, but talk to me about what you feel is maybe perhaps your best attributes as a player and prospect.
Yeah. Well, physically, I feel my best attributes are my length, my speed. I'm extremely explosive. I have a 42-inch vertical. Um, I'm long, and I know how to use my length to my advantage. If you go through my film, you can see like even much larger guys, I'm able to play with good leverage because I keep my base low, but I have long arms. I'm also very detail oriented, um, down to the very minutest angle or shift in weight of my tackles. I'm analyzing everything constantly, and I watch film relentlessly. Like I don't watch Instagram reels or hang out with people much. I really just like I enjoy the process of honing my craft. So when it comes to playing D line, I see it as an art. I see it as how I express myself, and I take it extremely serious in that. So as far as mentally, I am an extremely like calm type of person. Even when, I'll get amped up and scream and might shove, but internally I'm extremely calm, So as soon as I walk off to the side, I'm laughing again and just enjoying it because at the end of the day, it is a game. So I think that's probably my biggest strength of just even when I mess up, have a bad play or get out of positioning, I can, you know, take the time to think about it, make the correction, and I'll flush it and reset every play.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about some things that I already had in my notes. I mean, again, you have a guy with really good size, length, great strength, awesome explosion, as you had mentioned. You said, again, 40-inch vertical, which is crazy for an
Yeah.
edge rusher, if we're being honest, right?
Yeah.
And so oftentimes we're not looking at a guy like that at your position. That's something that maybe like a defensive back or something
Yeah.
has. But certainly bringing that to the table makes you a very unique talent. Um,
Hmm.
Done well for yourself there at Indiana Wesleyan. Been all conference a couple times over, and looking to do some damage this year. Had seven and a
Yeah.
half sacks last year. Hopefully we can. Hopefully we can double that, man. That's what I'm,
Yeah.
trying to see. Let's speak it into existence this season, and
Oh yeah.
that, and hopefully a championship because you guys are always in the mix of it.
Right.
Actually, looking at last year, dude, you guys only had two losses, and actually one of them was against a Division One opponent in Valpo.
And we lost by
And
three.
so
Yeah.
uh, and you guys could have potentially handed them a loss again in NAIA school. Uh,
Hmm.
could have seriously upset a Division One school, which you guys certainly have the potential of doing so. And as you had mentioned to me, of course, a lot of guys moved on from last year's roster, but
Right.
I have a good feeling that the coaches there are going to position you guys for hopefully success once again this
Yeah.
year. I do want
Definitely.
to talk through at least a couple of moments from last season before we move on.
Okay.
Again, some great games. You guys did get to the postseason. I think you guys had a bye like the
Hmm.
first week and fell short in I think the semis or something.
Yes.
But want to talk through at least a couple games. You had 7.5 sacks last year, so I want to talk through at least a couple sacks.
Yeah.
One moment was you guys were at uh, St. Francis of Illinois, where
Hmm.
you were able to get a sack in that game. So
Hmm.
I don't know if you can take me back and walk me through
Yeah.
that moment, but try your best.
Yeah, St. Francis, Illinois. That was the first time we've played them since I've been here. So I tried to, when you haven't gone against a team and they have their own dynamic offense that they run, that was a week that I really had to focus in a lot because I didn't know what we were walking into. So going into it, I knew that they had a quarterback that was confident and he would want to hold the ball. So the opportunity to win pass rushes were there. And talking about that sack was I think that was like my third or fourth win before converting on a sack. But before that, I had gotten a lot of pressure in, and it really set us to be in a position to, be dominant in that game. I think I probably had three quarterback hits before the sack happened, but when it did happen, I think the move I won with was just bull pull extension and then arm over, and he tried to step up in the pocket, and I just being able to stay tight to my tackle and dive in to finish the play. Um, yeah, that was that one. So
Yeah, I mean, you guys were maybe just a little like somewhere in the middle of the season or like first part of the season or something. And again, you're racking up a whole lot of sacks, of course. Again, that was an opponent fairly highly ranked.
yeah.
And so I want to make sure, I mean, again, that we touch on that and your ability to step up in these prime moments. So
Hmm.
want to take us to uh, a playoff matchup against Southwestern College.
Yes.
Had a good play in that one also, where you had a sack and a fumble. I mean, I know that they recovered it, but I mean, a
Hmm.
really good moment there,
Yeah.
you know, where you were able to thwart the offense from getting anywhere. So,
Yeah.
talk through that if you don't mind.
Yeah. So Southwestern game, I believe that was the first round of playoffs that you're talking about. So that one, that second particularly was after about the second to last game of the regular season. I really shifted my mindset to attacking the ball rather than just trying to complete on sacks or complete tackles because I've kind of progressed past the point where I know I'm going to get wins. It's just a matter of when I get them, what am I going to do, as far as if he steps up, if he doesn't, if he's in his throwing motion already. So going into that game, I'm knowing that, turnover wins us games, So as soon every win that I get, I'm thinking ball, 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 ball. And it just so happened that I think I won on a swipe, stayed tight, and he was still holding the ball right in front of him. I mean, I probably could have popped his helmet off if I wanted to, but I didn't even try to tackle him. I just, balled up my fist and went for the ball, turned around, and it ended up being recovered by the offense, but for, I think it was like a 15, 20-yard loss. So it worked out, set them behind the chains, and they were in field goal range. So it saved some
Yeah,
points as
probably a
well.
good deal that you went after the ball. Certainly you want the turnover, not the penalty.
Yeah.
You know, again, a guy who, you know, attacks the ball as a tackler. And so, of course, you know, wreaking havoc on that defense. So,
Hmm.
um, again, 11-2 record last year, a lot of turnover. As we look towards this season, how's this season going to look, man? How you guys going to be able to hopefully get over that hump
Yeah.
and you know, make a deeper playoff run?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked because going through, I've done a lot of reflection on each of the teams that we've had and all our successes. And for all that we were good for, I think there's one constant that sustains through all our teams is riding ebbs and flows. And when we're doing well, taking our foot off the gas and laughing and, enjoying the sideline, or when we're doing bad, people are yelling at each other and, getting penalties, which we were one of the most highly penalized teams last year. So one thing that I've really been trying to preach and drive home through every rack, every single rep in practice is just flush everything, good or bad. Win, lose, or draw, we're scrapping it and we're starting over from scratch. Just imagine that we didn't just win that rep or we didn't just beat them this practice. As soon as the practice is over, we can go back and reflect on film and we can feel good about ourselves then. But I think us getting too caught up in the moment of whatever is happening right then is what usually distracts us from the win. And it's evident in our last year's win, loss against, can't remember the team because we shouldn't have lost to them. Benedictine. They were, they came out hotter than we expected. And going into the game, we were a bit overconfident. We just had a bye and had a really good game against our previous opponent, Southwestern. And, we had a tendency that whole season to wait till we got punched in the mouth to respond. And we just weren't able to turn things around in time this time. So that's a mistake I'm determined to not let happen again.
Gotcha. Hey, real quick, most underrated teammate there at Indiana Wesleyan. Give somebody a shout out who you feel deserves it.
Okay. Um, Man, there's a lot of guys. I think a guy that you're really gonna hear a lot of this year is Terry Sylvester. He'll be our will linebacker this year. Last year he played a lot as well. But being around Drake Deshevsky, Luke Bays, and very experienced linebacker core. He didn't get the amount of reps that he could have, but I think with the right reps under his belt, he could be just as good as all those guys, probably better in my opinion. So
Awesome,
that's probably
awesome.
the
Well, again, wishing you the best this year.
thank you.
Uh, Anthony, want to take a moment to meet the guy off the field if we can.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
for
again,
sure.
just a little bit of a change of pace. Um, Anything about you that you feel people need to know? Any interesting fun facts or I don't know hobbies or anything about you
Yeah.
that you can share? So give me something.
Yeah, well, I'm actually a civil design engineering major here at IWU. So I'm a math guy. I'm a detail oriented guy, which kind of, shows through how I play because I'm always down to the fine number, timing, slowing everything down. Like I said, I have four younger sisters. Since I was a kid, my parents worked a lot. I've always had to take care of them. Something about my character is I'm the kind of person that does everything for other people. Even in my motivation to be the best I can in football is for a greater purpose of putting my family in a better position and spreading my energy in a positive way around the people that I'm around here at school. I don't want to leave and have no one remember the impact that I had on them. So I take every moment and I try to, get deeper than the surface. Hey, what's up?
Gotcha. Well, Anthony, I want to ask you some other questions that are hopefully just some fun ones. So,
Yeah,
please just humor me as we go through a few of them, if you don't mind.
I
So,
can do that.
you a morning or are you a night guy?
Definitely morning.
Definitely
Uh,
morning. Okay.
yeah,
Um,
I need that time to just do my thing in the morning. So,
no, I got you. You got to get after it early.
mhm.
Um, Furthest you've ever been from home? I'm just kind of, curious about that one because I mean, you're Indiana, Carmel area, of course.
Yeah.
You end up going to Indiana Wesleyan. What's the furthest you've ever been from home?
Well, I've never left the country. But I think I've been to California once. My grandmother lives in Colorado, so we go down there a lot. And then sometimes we'll take another road trip down to California, see a beach or something. But
Gotcha.
usually Northern California. I haven't seen any of the fun stuff.
If you did have an opportunity to leave the country, where would you go?
Oh man, probably Egypt. I
Fair.
love That's another thing about me. I love ancient history. That's if I do watch a show or something on Netflix, it's a documentary about history.
All right, all right. Um, what's your go-to snack? I don't know if it doesn't necessarily have to be the healthiest thing in the world if you feel me.
Hmm.
Anything fun. What's your go-to snack?
Well, I'll give you a good one. I recently have started to get really hooked on these Chobani portable like yogurt drinks. They got
Yeah.
like 20 grams of protein, bunch of fiber, and they taste like candy. So I just buy a pack of those every week.
However you get your protein in, I hear
Yeah.
you. Cool. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Hot dog sandwich.
It's a
I
debatable
don't think
topic.
so.
I'm just throwing it your way. What? Say it again.
I don't think a hot dog's a sandwich. I think if it were a sandwich, then the bun wouldn't be connected on one end.
So it's more of a meat taco. Like
Yeah. It's more of like well then again, a Philly cheesesteak is a sandwich and their bun is connected. So
I guess it's,
yeah, I guess it is a
sometimes that
sandwich, technically.
when they slice it like completely through the bun. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess technically, right? I
Yeah.
don't.
It's all
This
about
is
context.
just a silly question.
Yeah.
You have a favorite superhero?
Favorite superhero. I got Black Panther Crocs on right now.
All right.
So probably
Um,
Black Panther.
Nothing wrong with that. Uh, Again, dude, I got to give a shout out to original Black Panther, dude. R.I.P. Man,
Yeah.
excellent
Rest in peace.
actor and everything. I really
Hmm.
appreciate all his work and
Yeah,
everything
there'll
that he.
never be another.
In on the NFL side of things, Who is a guy there that maybe you've looked up to, you've studied
Mhm.
his film, maybe a fan if you were a fan as a little kid? I mean,
Yeah.
who is it? Who is that guy for you?
Yeah, I got a few guys, but one guy that I modeled a lot of my game after while he was in college is Isaiah Simmons, kind of a linebacker hybrid. Also, Micah Parsons.
Of
He was the
course.
reason I wanted to wear 11 in the first place, just because all the things that he can do. I mean, anywhere in the box he can play, and he's a fanatic. He's a psycho. And then there's multiple guys that I like to model my game after, but I probably say Micah Parsons in the NFL is my biggest role model.
Yeah, you said Isaiah Simmons, and it
Mhm.
comes to mind for me, at least when you describe yourself and your overall history and background.
Mhm.
I kind of describe you a little bit kind of like him,
Yeah.
where you are a little bit of a unicorn, man. Like you have the ability to do a whole lot of different things on that defense. And so, like,
Mhm.
you have great athleticism. You can be an outside backer. You can drop into coverage if need be. And
Yeah.
of course, use your explosion to get by the, tackle in front of you and, get some plays in the backfield. So,
All right.
um, great. Dude, it's been great getting to know you and your whole story, and even fool around a little bit with some of these silly questions here towards the end.
Yeah, it's
But
been fun.
as we wrap things up, go ahead and tell, I don't know, maybe all those scouts, all those teams out there, why you belong in the NFL and what you would
Hmm.
be to their program if they took a chance on you and brought you in. So
Yeah.
close with your final thoughts.
Yeah. I believe what I bring is is a bit different from anyone else who's in my position. I feel like I'm kind of a unique player in the position I play, and I'm explosive. And not only that, I'm very detail oriented and explosive. I believe that I can bring a dynamic to even a single play that changes how offenses would play against us. Just with the variety of skill set that I have with my size and my length and athletic ability. And I believe that I bring a man of character coming from the school that I come from. Um, I'm extremely humble in the fact that there are guys at Division 1 playing against competition that may supersede mine, but I'm not afraid of the work. And anyone who sees me in person can attest to the fact that I'm not your everyday NAI defensive end. So,
Yeah, I mean, and quite honestly, we don't necessarily see guys at the NAI level with your talent. At
mhm,
least not regularly. Like every once in a blue moon, we'll see a guy with your level of athleticism, explosiveness, potential.
mhm.
Looking forward to some great things this season at Indiana Wesleyan. And I know once you're done with that, you're going to give the NFL a run for their money. So I
Yes,
want to
sir.
wish you all the best as things continue for you. Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Sure thing. Once again, I got Anthony Cheesebourough, edge rusher out of Indiana Wesleyan. Check him out.